fighting 3,000 miles. One punch once became a million division. Even in the past 17 years, Simon Yi is still the strongest existence on the surface. Come out of the virtual cabin. The host interviewed Simon Industry for the first time. He asks each other, any good advice for the national team? Simon Yi scratched his nipples and didn't come up with any suggestions. If you have to say it, then destroy. The host asked him again if he had any ideas of becoming a coach. Simon Yi's smiling expression. It depends on the sincerity of the other party. On the way back, Bai Jihu asked Simon Yi, is being a coach serious? Simon Yi said that if the money is in place, it can still be considered. But he advised Bai Jihu to step down as head coach as soon as possible, because he is not fit to teach others at all. Here. White Tiger takes a hit. I thought I had been with Simon Industry for 11 years, able to stand alone. I didn't expect to receive such a review. And one of the former 7 heroes, Emra Kosa, can become a world-class head coach. I'm such a failure. He asked Simon Yi if he would like to be a technical coach. Simon Yi still said the same thing. The money is in place. Everything is easy to say. But looking at the previous love, he could give him some free advice. The first is to bring Choi Hei into the national team and put him in the tank position. Second, use Liu Bi, who is a trump card, to kill in one hit. After all, his acceleration skills are still useful. Third, is to move Sai Yuxian from the front row of tanks to the back row. Win the auxiliary tank. And here's the thing, kick out the vice president's son, Shen Yingshu. Here. Bai Ji, who was not happy on the spot. It's not that I'm afraid of the other party's father's identity. It is the attributes of Shen Yingshu in the national team. It can be considered a top ranking. Simon Yi looked disdainful. No matter how strong the ability is, it is useless. Willpower and a child. The same kind of person is rat shit in the team, unless he can develop his will. And so on and so forth. The two arrived at the Henry's Grand Hotel. After the charity match, there was a party. Simon Yi, as the protagonist, naturally have to show up. Of course, for the banquet. There are also gold brokers in various countries. Simon arrives at night. European agent Jack took the lead. After a simple conversation, the other party handed the business card to Simon Yi. Jack just left. The Braised Egg brothers squeezed over. About these two people, Simon Yi knows. Before, they specialized in underground munitions. Xia Yan told him in a low voice that they are not engaged in military fire now. It's a Lumiere Fire, owner of the Wind and Cloud Club. Ned, one of the big 3, is in their club. Here. Simon Yi understands. He asked if the 2 Braised Eggs were here to win him over. The Braised Egg brothers revealed a sincere smile. It means that if you can pull the world's no, one Simon Knight, of course the best. But they don't force others to do things they don't like. They are very interested in Xia Yan now. Want to recruit her to the club. Simon Yi was happy on the spot. You really have a good eye. But are you sure you didn't say that to please me? The Braised Egg brothers said absolutely no. After they watched Xia Yan's game, to make a decision, certainly, it would be even better if Simon Yi could join together. Simon Yi was speechless. Both of your abacus beads hit me in the face. But then again, if Xia Yan can enter their club, it would definitely get better development. Sent away Braised Eggs. Simon Yuban thought it was all right today, just as she and Xia Yan were about to play cards. A voice stopped her again. Simon Yi was a little annoyed with him. It's not over, is it? Sorry, It's Secretary Yong Minyang. Have you heard of the superhero merit system? Simon Yi looked dumbfounded. Isn't that a bad check? Yong Minyang said. It's been 17 years, but everyone thought that Simon Yi would not come back. So they plan to put the 17-year annuity issued to Simon Industry together, and the exact amount is 2.568 billion yuan. Someone hasn't been home for 3 years, and I came home with a 2-year-old son, and this man hasn't been home in 17 years. As soon as I got home, there was an extra 2.50 billion Chandi bank deposit. This is outrageous. After the charity party, Lin Zhengtai found Simon Knight. He complained that Simon played too hard at night and during the day. The kids on the national team are frustrated. Simon Yi looked indifferent as the president of the association. I think your uncle is too incompetent. It's all tears. Let Simon Knight participate in the charity competition. It should be what Lin Zhengtai regrets the most now. He asked Simon Yi, do you want to go to the national team as a technical coach? He has already applied to his superiors. We'll prepare him a generous annual salary. However, Simon Yu said with a smile, he has other plans, plus some previous deposits. He's got 16 billion now, so he wants to be the club owner. Go and train the players yourself. When I got home, Simon Knight discovery, there was a woman waiting for him at the corner of the street. That's right, Shulan, one of the 7 heroes. Simon Yi sweats coldly. This little girl used to write all her feelings on her face. What's going on today? Shouldn't it be for revenge? Haven't seen you in so many years. Simon Yi still couldn't resist using clairvoyant vision. Shulan's attributes have reached their limits, and there is also an extra positioning skill. It seems that this kid is much stronger than before. Simon Yi stepped forward to ask if the other party was here for revenge. Shulan Wei smile. I'm not as petty as you think. I'm here today just to confirm if you're back. Now that it has been confirmed, it's time to go. After speaking, he didn't wait for Simon Yi to speak, turned around and left. Simon Yi and Bai Jihu were both confused, but how would he know? 17 years ago, this girl has already secretly loved him. However, Simon Knight is a high-quality Sigma man. How can you easily fall into a woman's trap? Simon Yi has been picking clubs since he got home. Bai Jihu sees that she is serious, indicates that if you need money, she can help. Even a B1 club, she can also buy it and give it to her. Simon Yi was speechless. Real men never eat food that comes from pity. But he had a problem. What does B7 mean? The White Tiger explained to him. B1 and B2 are both regular leagues for 11-man teams. B7 is a 7-person league. In comparison, the operating costs of the B7 club will be lower, but the quality of the players will be worse. Simon Knight thought for a moment, or decided to start with the beta club. After all, he's not a god. You can't turn a bunch of trash into geniuses. He called Lin Zhengtai. Ask him if he knows any clubs for sale. Lin Zhengtai gave him a recommendation for steaming industry. But what Simon Yi didn't expect was, this club is actually the last in 10,000 years. This shy girl, who comes out of the water when touched, spotted by the strongest hero on earth, bought her club directly, also threatened to train her into a key player that thousands of people are competing for. Original. Lin Zhengtai recommended steaming industry to Simon Yi. Simon Yi secretly went to watch their game. As a result, he found this substitute girl Li Miyon. What surprised her even more was, the speed of the opponent's growth is actually the upper limit of 100, and also has a skill that can jump 20 meters. She did not hesitate to spend 5.10 billion. Bought this club. Although everyone is not optimistic about this club, but Simon Yi is confident to promote it to the B1 ladder. Evening. Simon Knight came to the club alone. Looking at the dilapidated training ground, there is actually a little black duck calling. Simon Yi couldn't help but lament that the environment here is too simple. At this time, someone suddenly called Simon Yi. It means that outsiders are not allowed to enter here. It turned out that this was his new boss. I immediately knelt and licked it. Simon Yi hugged her. Don't call the boss. Ask Big Brother to do well in the future. Next year, I will find you a sister-in-law. Chui Dongyeon is the coach here. He took Simon Knight around the club and told him that there are now 14 players in the club. Simon Yi also generally understood the feelings here. Although the equipment is outdated, but luckily it's spacious enough. The most important thing at the moment is the player's problem. Then in the lounge, Simon Yu saw this. A little girl named Li Na-yeon. Sudden summons from the boss. Let Li Na-yeon be a little flattered. Simon Yu brought up her shortcomings and said that she would make her the main force of the team in the future. Here. Li Na-yeon was stunned. I'm a substitute for 10,000 years. Almost never played. Are you sure? Of course. I will make you into a strange thief scent girl. Li Na-yeon was completely stunned. What the hell is this? Is your boss seriously ill? Simon Yi explained to her. Her advantage is speed. As long as the speed is full, then cooperate with the bow and arrow to make trouble in the local camp. That is to say, he can keep robbing the monsters hunted by the enemy. Then once the enemy is provoked, he escapes with the advantage of speed. Because he interferes with his opponent's hunting, it is impossible for the other party to let him go. But also because of the speed, they still can't catch him. This is very annoying. And the battle plan for Li Na-yeon. She has a lot to follow. As long as she works hard, maybe you can enter the national team in the future. Here. Li Na-yeon was so excited that she was watering all over. Simon Yi stopped her. Hurry up, and let the next one come over. Let me see it. How much waste can be recycled?